Yeah, so we have another match to bring you guys. These guys going into Game 3, Dan Musser on Wolf Run Ramp versus Davey Dees there on the right on Blue-White Delver. Dan Musser has had some pretty good finishes lately on the Star City Open Series. I think he just missed top 8 about a month ago or so in Legacy with a mono blue deck. I could be misremembering that, but I know Dan Musser has played the mono blue Athens blue deck in Legacy.
Athens blue?
Athens blue, because it's the Athens Ohio like mono blue control deck. I think that's where it originated. Ruben Bressler actually did very well with it. I think he won. Yeah, he won an Open with it.
Ruben did?
Yeah, Ruben did.
How did I miss this?
Or or did he?
I think you're inventing this.
I'm making things up. Ruben won an Open, or top 8 at an Open with it. I'll have to ask Ruben. I'm misremembering. Anyway. But for here in Standard, Dan has Wolf Run Ramp. And
so Dan has accelerated into a Sphere of the Suns. I actually think Sphere of the Suns was going to lose his job to Farseek, but Dan has 4 Sphere of the Suns and 1 Farseek.
Okay,
and Davey Dees is playing a Blue-White Delver deck, but he's playing the different temperatured Blue-White Delver deck we were talking about a second ago. Mm-hmm. He's got 3 Blade Splicer, 4 Restoration Angel, and he's actually got 2 Geist of Saint Traff. He's obviously controlling for a different temperature than we were talking about a second ago. So Dan's got the curve that, oh well, he did not set his Cavern of Souls to Golem apparently.
Apparently not. Gitaxian Probe shows us was that Whip Flare, Slag Storm, Rampant Growth.
That's the problem with Delver. If your opponent wants to remove creatures, he can. And if Davey's holding like a Geist of Saint Traff, Blade Splicer, or whatever, probably going to be dead, right?
Yeah. So now Davey has to basically try to hope to trade 1 for 1 with those removal spells.
I think maybe he can craft a situation where he can go like play Sword of War and Peace, have sufficient mana in play, and then Sword before his opponent gets a chance to tap on his own turn.
That's fair.
I think that would be the line that I would take.
In the absence of a Sword, though, try to trade 1 for 1 with those guys, if you can.
Yeah, there's no significant...
But he does have the Sword. Did you notice the Sword?
I did. There's no significant threat that we saw in Dan's hand, which actually leads me to believe he probably should have named Golem on his Cavern of Souls, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what he named just yet.
I mean, presumably it's Giant.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing, but maybe Dan's just playing for the long game. He's like, I want to be able to, when I draw my Titan, I want to be able to resolve it. Even if this Golem doesn't resolve here, like, he's got 2 mass removal spells for Davey's creatures, so he figures I can get into the long game. There's Cavern number 2.
So
Dan.
One thing what I really liked when I play Cavern of Souls based decks is I actually really like to name Golem on my first one, because even if you don't have a second Cavern or whatnot,
Delver from Davey Dees.
The getting a Thaw with your Solemn Simulacrum implies that all of your utility spells will resolve. You just get ahead because they can no longer mono-leak you once the Solemn Simulacrum resolves. You always have enough land to Rampant Growth, Farseek, Sphere, what have you.
Dan plays Glimmer Void, gains life.
I mean, he's certainly not going to let that Delver live, right? It's just a question of which spell he uses. Really?
Okay, so does Davey Dees Delver flip? There it goes.
What's he got? Maybe he's got Crushing Vines in hand, Combust. He's got Combust in his deck, Beast Within. He's probably not going to Beast Within that, though.
So it looks like Delver got in for 3, and Gitaxian Probe shows him Whip Flare, Slag Storm.
I would have definitely killed that if that was my hand, right? What do you think?
Is he trying to get more value? He is at 20, or now 18, but I'm sorry, he was at 21 because of the Glimmer Void.
Davey's just keep. I mean, I guess he's digging
Glimmer
for
Post.
lands.
Did I keep calling Glimmer Void?
Still these 2 redsies.
Yeah,
we finally got a 3rd land.
And this.
Untapped white source. So Dan should be able to resolve whatever he wants, right? There's enough land that he can play the cheap utility spells. Don't play this land, Dan. You bluff with this land. He knows the other 2 cards are. All right.
Whip Flare.
2 Whip Flare.
And a negate from Davey Dees.
Negate followed by Vapor Snag would be a nice one. The perfect draw here is Vapor Snag in response to Slag Storm, or no Slag Storm, with a sword plus coverage. Yep, Vapor Snag. If he has a land here, he's gonna go land, sword, delver, go, and Dan has like a 1-turn window to not get destroyed.
Yeah, it's rough.
Land?
Dan not able to draw threats.
That looks like an island. Yep, delver and sword. And sword.
Just thinking about it.
There it is.
Sword.
Yep. Masterfully engineered by Davey Dees with no land. It's got to be like a Primeval Titan. And it looks like it will be.
Primeval Titan.
Prime
Off
time.
the top for Dan Musser.
Gonna be a game.
All right. About 15 minutes left for these guys. Plenty of time to get some battling on here, get some damage in.
I mean, it's not that Dan didn't have a fair enough. Oh, he's going for
He's going for the throat
He's
here?
going for it all. Wow. All right, what's Davey gonna have?
Mana
Whips with a leak.
flip the
Wow.
delver.
We're playing for all the marbles. So Davey's at 14, so if he doesn't equip here, the implication is Snapcaster Mage, right?
Yeah.
Does he doing the math? Like, presumably I got to be able to live through this. Okay. We're going.
All right, so equips the delver, swings for 5.
Gain
plus
3.
Whatever. So yeah, he's going to gain 3. He's going to go up to 16.
I don't think Dan's got a lot of cards in hand.
No, he might have 1. Or maybe none.
Oh, he's got the Vapor Snag. Oh my goodness, Joseph.
Wow.
Damned if you do, damned if you do. I mean, what do you do with your Dan? I mean, like, oh, he didn't activate the Ink Moth. He's going to be all in on this? Gain, I mean, whatever. 2 locusts, gain DI life, right?
Yeah, that's
Respectable
what
play.
he did. So Titan swings, gets 2 more Glimmer posts, right? Glimmer Void is the land that is printed in Mirrored, and I always get them mixed up.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people get that one mixed up. So, I think Dan's leaving up 6, right? Making sure he can leave up 6. That's what I'd do. I mean, I think I would have considered activating the Inkmoth Nexus, though.
Yeah.
So, small pump. No. Oh, big pump.
Oh, he's just like,
no. No, sir.
Vapor Snag.
Inkmoth Nexus on D.
Well, that's something.
Well, I mean, it can tussle with the Insectile Aberration once, right?
Yeah.
Unless he's got like a Divine Offering in his hand. Is there Divine Offering in his deck? There is Divine Offering in his deck. Animate. Boom.
There's a Divine Offering. Wow, Davey Dees, Master Top Decker.
Davey Dees has all the toys this game.
Yeah.
So that's extra damage because of the Primeval Titan, correct? Are all the locusts out, or are there 1 locust left?
Should be 1 left. I think he just played 1 naturally and searched. Oh no, he searched for 1 earlier, I think. Anyway, he's got 3 in play. Does he only play 3? He plays 4. Okay, just making sure.
He's got the Cavern of Souls anyway.
And
It's always
Dan
going to
plays
resolve.
that Primeval Titan.
So you only have 1 Inkmoth Nexus? 2 Inkmoth Nexus, actually, and 2 Kessig Wolf runs.
And I believe he's going for, he's got a Wolf run up front.
I would probably get another, I would probably get the 2nd Nexus in the Glimmer Post, right? What's he doing? Can he untap his lands like that?
I think there was a question.
Oh,
maybe
he didn't have sufficient green. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
Fixing it.
So it looks like an Inkmoth Nexus and
Kessig Wolf run.
I wonder why didn't he even get the last Locust? Unless it's not in his deck.
Maybe, is it possible he would board it out for that kind?
I actually, personally, I find Glimmer Post to be excellent against Delver. So.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see it when he was searching, but I don't have the best view.
So what do we got here? There's only one Divine Offering in
Plays
Davey's
a
deck, right?
a pair of Sphere of the Suns, or one Sphere of the Suns. Sorry.
No, there's 2 Sphere of the Suns that both have 3 on them. It looks like.
Yeah. Did he just? Oh, he did play a pair of them, didn't he? Yeah.
What's that white card? In Davey's hand.
I'm trying to tell.
Celestial Purge, maybe?
Could be, but
that's not going to be helpful right now. I mean, if I'm Dan Musser, I'm absolutely activating my Inkmoth Nexus, right? But that Delver's not going to kill me next turn.
all right. So Davey sitting back on the just a Delver as his offense with the Sword of War and Peace, which is quite an offense.
I mean, this was very well set up, but you're talking about a really, really good couple of cards like Delver Secrets might be the best card, and Sword of whatever sword you want to talk about are
any sword.
Really, really good enhancers. But once somebody's cast a Primeval Titan 3 times, they're no longer playing the same game as you.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like the final fold version of Trading Post we talked about. Like, you know, is Trading Post going to be part of Delver Secrets? No, but if you activate it the way you want to 4 times, yeah, does it have a much greater effect than the Delver Secrets? Yeah. Also costs 3 times as much amount. Like, well more than 3 times as much amount, actually.
So Dan trying to take a peek at what exactly is available for a Snapcaster Mage here.
I think I would go Nexus in. Right? Like, your worst case scenario is the Nexus gets bounced, in which case you can use it to play defense. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I think you push both. He can't kill you. Oh, no, he's down to 6. Maybe he can kill you. I apologize. I was misled by the life total.
Yeah.
Davey Dees can certainly kill Dan Musser from the situation.
Now, is he going to... See, like, he's pulling lands up front, and he's never going for that Glimmer Post. So I'm wondering if he...
Maybe not in his deck?
Doesn't have it in there. I mean, maybe... I only see 3, though, you know? So I guess it's just... He must have boarded one out. It seems really odd. I mean, there's no possible reason.
Restoration Angel. All right. That's a blocker.
Restoration Angel from Davey Dees to get in front of the Inkmoth Nexus.
I mean, he can still... Kessig Wolfrun gives trample, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to go over the top. I mean, he's obligated to at least kill that thing, right? So Davey Dees is all tapped out. Yeah,
he cannot blink that Delver, by the way. Not that there was be any reason to, but he can't anyway because of the Sword of War and Peace.
Are you sure about that? Is it targeted?
Pretty sure it's targeted.
I believe you.
Yeah, it's got to be targeted because you can't play Restoration Angel and have like have a well. Let's see what's happening here. So that was a. Did he just play a Slag Storm?
I think he Kessig Wolfrun.
Yeah, what was the Slag Storm about?
Well,
so did he play it to empty his hand? That was what it was.
Oh, I see.
Davey had 5 damage with the Delver, and he needed Dan to have a card in his hand, so Dan played a Slag Storm.
Right, so
it seemed like a really strange play, but it makes total sense. He needed nothing in his hand. He needed to have no cards in his hand so that Davey would put him to 1. If he didn't have like something like a Vapor Snag. Davey didn't have it, so Dan Musser, I think, just took that match. That was on the back of the strangest Slag Storm I've ever seen. I mean, it wasn't that strange. It did kill a Restoration Angel. He actually needed to do that anyway.
Yeah, so the 1 damage comes from Inkmoth Nexus, then he can Slag Storm to kill the Restoration Angel. He puts the rest of the juice through the Primeval Titan.
Right. No, it actually, now that I think about it, it was pretty obvious, but it seemed strange at first that he would have wrathed away his own Inkmoth Nexus.
Oh, the Inkmoth Nexus is going to die to the...
Oh yeah,
things
he's
in
dying to
battle anyway.
that anyway. Never mind.